Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting, riveting, and amazing, spectacularly wondrous Propagandacast with your host, Imperial Dane, the one, the only master propaganda heroes like defender of the fatherland. Off here to a 1v1 on glorious Langraskaya in the north of the Syraw, fighting here for the Oberkommand West, a roughly top 100 Oberkommand player. Forming up here with the 2nd SS Panzerdivision Das Reich, with Fortifications, Scavenge, and Overwatch with double infantry Jägerbolzen from the south of this Airforce, fighting for freedom, democracy, liberty. Rolling out here with the 2nd Infantry Division here with Airborne Company, featuring a Pathfinder start with, Pathfinders, 50 cals, paratroopers, anti-tank gun, and P-47 rocket strafes versus Fortifications, Scavenge, and Overwatch. Bit of infantry, Pathfinder, and M20 bulletins there for Air Force. And as always, a big hearty thanks to my patron supporters, these champions, these heroes of the Propagandacast who keep me in the business. And without them, I wouldn't be able to keep doing this. 2 thumbs up to them. Other people can join the ranks by pledging on Patreon and earning my undying gratitude, or you can also just donate. Links in the video description with PayPal or Patreon. Always comment, like, share, subscribe, press the bell button, keep the YouTube algorithms engaged, and get more people to watch this. Anyways, better skirmishes in the west is Sturmpioneers Reactions. Syraw here goes for an aggressive opening versus Air Force, which is roughly, I think, top 50 or so, give or take a few ranks. So clearly, no slouch here with America, freedom, and democracy. In these two, we got rough opening forwards there, noting, of course, a very aggressive opening here for Syraw, east, center, and west. Any more aggressive? He'd be invading other games and matches. People's matches, that is. Anyways, nothing further going. I imagine we'll be seeing more focus here for Syraw. They could technically go for another Sturmpioneer squad, noting he's hiding here, probably because he wants to bait in a rifle unit into the more effective range of the Sturmpioneers Sturmgewehr 44. Up north here, folks, closing about the Ralph squad. They're getting off a few shots. East side, they've got the fuel point secured for Das Vaterland. Note the way Air Force moving about. They obviously expect the Sturmpanzers to be hiding out, and so it takes a longer route to partly secure the car, but also that way attack the Sturmpanzers from an angle they can't easily defend from. Some really good play there for Air Force. Takes a bit longer, but obviously makes a lot more sense. So thumbs up there to Air Force. We got Ralph squad now being overwhelmed here. Syraw chance tables there on Air Force's center unit there, as they were left to out in the open as the rest of the force deals here. And worth noting, there's no further force effect. We got a lieutenant out here. Pathfinder Ralph squad lieutenant. Good lord, is that ever aggressive here from Air Force? I mean, good golly. Sturmpanzers uses the Pathfinders, but it's shooting there. Ralph squad falling back from the center. In the east side, you've got Fulton forwards here. Sturmpanzers being shot to bits here by the Pathfinders. Lieutenant out there for Air Force on the western rearstance ground, western fuel point. So Lieutenant out here. We'll have to see what Air Force goes for next. We've got easily resources to coin something more, but seems like Air Force is already contemplating a Highlander strategy. One of each. There can only be one. Grab the point here. Sturmpioneers routed. Try on the way there for Syraw up, but first another full squad squad. Very good, very good. Holding up here. Air Force is definitely been disrupted here in the early game by Syraw. Again, certainly highlights the, have a good opening in terms of disruption. Troops are reinforcing. Sturmpioneer getting more replacement. Rifle squad catching the folks in a pretty bad spot, forcing a retreat. They're lieutenant towards the center, catching the folks squad there just as they almost finish the sandbags. Right as they're about to finish, the lieutenant moves in to just ruin the entire thing. Good job. Lieutenant there going to deal with the folks going to proceed with the Thompson there, which packs a lot of firepower there. Pursuing the Fultons up close, getting some good damage in and routing those crowds. Mortar for Air Force. Wow, this strat build order is definitely not your average American build order. Lieutenant, Pathfinder, Rifle squad reactions, and now no cancel the mortar. Okay, still a bit strange. No 50 cal. You figured 50 cal to be honest, but no. Looks like they are focusing on light vehicles first, and then they could. Is it going to be a fast M20? Yep, it is a fast 20 here for Air Force and then the mortar, because they realise they can get both at the same time. But definitely one of the more unique builders I've seen in some time. Truck setting up here at the base. Mechanized about of headquarters. I mean, with all that infantry, you'd figure about of headquarters by some healing, but it could be mechanized regiment easily. Pushing up here, going for the car point. Syraw there, utilising momentum here against the Americans. More to the right, ready here for Air Force, and we got the M20 almost done as well there for Air Force. Rears up in the Sturmpioneer on the west side. We got another push for the fuel pump. Thumbs up. This is raw. Very good usage here. This is effectively as a distraction. Like it doesn't work, it still opens up for Syraw, sending you into the fuel point and disrupting Air Force's fuel flow. Really good play there by Syraw. Very good. Their full squad, they need to be careful. Got the mortar firing away there. And now we have the M20 as well here. And Syraw currently does not have access to Panzerfaust. in when this is built. It still needs to be upgraded before it gets access to the Panzerfaust, so this could get a bit dicey there for Syraw, depending on how well and aggressively Airforce makes use of this M20 utility car. Folks, they're caught by the M20 out in the open, getting hammy with the 50 car mounted on top. Might try to bait Airforce into, moving away there, but if Airforce knows the time, it's not going to matter. My God, Jürgen, they figured out our timings! My God, this is worse than they cracked the Enigma code! What's next? Well, I think probably in this case it's less cracking a code and more like Göring just leaving his timings out in the fucking open again. Anyways, I'm trying to going up here, pushing back the Fultz, get a good kill there. Jürgen finds his head filled with 50 couple rounds and then finds himself with not much of a head left. Reasons on the flank here. Striking back happening, and then Syraw has done the damage to Air Force and fuel flow. Very good. Unless, of course, you have the Americans, in which case this is pretty bad. Power punch on the eastern side, folks, coming up back up the Sturmpionier. Battlefield headquarters there, medics on the way, and then we get the upgrade, at which point they can get the Panzerfaust. Power punch squad needs to do for the executed by the Germans, and that's actually going to be, I think, risking too late if Air Force. Yep, executed by the Germans. There you go. Pathfinder squad number 2 out there for Air Force. Back here, troops reinforcing, sending out. Grand Western Pump the Rifle Squad. East side here, Riesen's there backing off. Got the Pathfinder squad out there. M20 blazing away. Troops reinforcing, Grand Western Point. McKenna for there for Syraw. Help deal with the M20, which is could you risk a bit of a nuisance. No mines here. We don't seem to be dust laced on any mines. It's in the right place. They could be really disruptive here for Syraw to deal with. Could immobilize a tank and then allow anti-tank that's easily destroyed. Moving about here, we've got 4 kills, almost veterans. One on the west side. You got Racers moving up here. Folks on the watch there. Assault rifles on the way for Syraw. Very good. Thumbs up. No doctrine yet though for Syraw. We got 2 Fulton squads now equipped with a mighty Sturmgewehr 44. Raketenwerfer there for Syraw. The Raketenwerfer 43. Pathfinder sitting up the center here. Mines are going down here for Air Force. Not a bad spot, but I figured this would be a better spot. Perhaps here, this one. It's not, I'd say, typically where German tanks will be roaming about a lot of the time, unless they start in the south. So this one, while certainly safer to lay down a mine, and is also more likely just not to get hit by a tank unless Air Force is losing. Which, I mean, has its advantages, sure, but typically you want your mines to be really explosive, want to be perhaps a bit more aggressive to the place. But no, that's just me. Gaining veterans 1 there. 5 kills. East side here, Pathfinder Lieutenant backing off as the Germans push ahead there. Going for a paratrooper squad there. Screaming Eagles inbound to make the Germans scream even louder. Rushing westwards here. Paratrooper squad landing around here. Oh, right on top of the Germans are there. That's a bit of a creep landing, isn't it? At least they're not being killed by the squirrels jumping out of the hedges. So they're going getting up close to taking loss from the Fultz gunners in the west. They have 20 getting Panthers as well here. Bit dicey there. Might risk losing if it's not careful. Thompson's loyal for the paratroopers. 2 thumbs up. They've really overlooked upgrading the paratroopers, to be honest. Worth keeping in mind with the Thompson in terms of in-game stats, not actual war stats, whatever that means. The Thompson actually performs better than an assault rifle. Don't ask me why, but it actually just does better. Which means paratroopers are effective, then better Panzer going to use. So and then factor in they get tactical assault. Meaning they can actually deliver some serious pain. And I mean serious pain if used correctly. Of course, most players don't, but they can really just deliver if used correctly. So we'll have to see if Air Force can, deliver on that promise of freedom and firepower in a way that would make the NRA proud, or if they're just going to fall through. Got Lieutenant versus the Shion Pioneers are close to the car point. Syraw is losing a bit of ground here, but still Syraw does have the fuel advantage over Air Force. Does have the truck on the way. That's going to, of course, soak up a lot of resources, but still, there's a chance here that, depending on how Syraw can get pressure versus Air Force, they might be able to get tanks faster nonetheless. Ralph Squad needs to versus the Fultz Grenadiers. No upgrades yet for them. Pathfinder with the Sturmpionier. Reasons around the west here, but they might keep Fultz Grenadiers there. Pathfinder backed up the Lieutenant, going for the car point again. Truck moving forward aggressively, perhaps too aggressively, in fact. Fultz in the east. Ralph Squad here. Paratroopers sitting out there. Fultz Squad there definitely will need to be careful. Basil goes meow. So Basil no Stukes this match. It's the Oberkommando West. The Kedma shoots, hits some hay, which explodes for sound, despite, not typically being particularly tough stuff. Paratroopers, there you go. Tactical assault, there we go. Quickly shredding 1 and 2. 6 kills to close range 1. Though, of course, need to be careful not moving in this instance. While it does boost the accuracy and thus the fatality of the paratroopers, it also makes them easier to hit. So it's more about correctly timing up the ability, but correctly timed, it is incredibly powerful. In fact, generally the tactical assault abilities are just amazing in my opinion. Both on the paratroopers, the stormtroopers, the tactical advance there, or the Soviet paratroopers version as well. I mean, they're all great if you know how to use them. Absolutely amazing. And definitely one of my favourite abilities in the game alongside Close the Pocket. Troops reinforcing healing here. Photograph at Eastern Point. The Ked rolling back. So Ramen to hold the front line here against Airforce. We may want to bring up some 50 cal. In fact, I'm surprised we yet to see any 50 cal machine guns. But we do get the Major on the way there for Airforce. Thumbs up. Might want to try and flank more on the east side. Actually hit Syraw's fuel point. That's definitely also sort of thing that's worth noting in this match so far, where Syraw's been really good at hitting Air Force fuel. Air Force has not quite been putting in the same pressure on the Germans' supply lines. Got the Orbison squadron with Syraw. Very good. Thumbs up. Mostly they're being routed by the Volksgrenadiers, so it's caught in a pretty bad spot. But there you go. Paratroopers to the rescue. Veterans 1 gained. Which basically just allows them to recharge their abilities faster. No big deal, but still handy, particularly with grenades. Also arguably tactical assault, I guess. Route squad on the Eastern Point, paratroopers up to the centre. And once more, Syraw just does it and goes straight for his opponent's fuel point. Again, avoiding like major points of resistance as it hit the weaker points. And false Air Force react. Again, really good play. Schwerer Panzer Quartercast and the paratroopers. Also on the Magic is going to get the LMD-34. West side, you got the Fulters dug in with some sandbags. Storm Pioneers holding up behind some previously laid down sandbags. Route squad here falling away from their mission towards the fuel point, and then second joining to fight here with the building and retreating as they realise that's not good. West side, you got the vehicle as the Fulters Grenadiers. We got Ralph Lieutenant up the west side. Storm Pioneers, we got BARs up, meaning close weapon racks. Maybe some bazookas. Gonna need an anti-tank and possibly hit us the Germans soon. We already got this authorized, so yeah, tank could actually likely happen. Faster than Air Force has a chance about, because again, Syraw is just consistently hitting that fuel point. Obviously, on the flank, we got the Pathfinders getting some kills in there. Got 2 kills so far, very good there. Major joining in, but the 10, I think that grenades or some more serious support's going to be in trouble there. Paired with the inbound, very good. Whilst being backed up the mortar here. A lot of action here. 50 cal final for Air Force. Bit surprised at how late that one came here against Syraw though. 50 cal in particular, the Obercorns tend to just be a very good investment. There you go. Goodbye to land the Ralph squad though. Air Force men getting the hell out of the squirrel, so sadly we're not fast enough and got blown to a pulp. 50 cal almost done. Storm passing about here. They need to be careful. The paratroopers could possibly hit them with a tactical assault as retreat, but there you go. Instead, we actually got the German occupying this small hamlet and could be caught in a deadly crossfire here, depending on what Syraw does. It could turn into a real Hollywood movie with Sergeant Nicholas Cage of Baker Squad getting murdered as Private Brad Pitt stares and goes, no! But there you go. They do manage to get out there. No dramatic scene in slow motion as American soldiers get gutted by elite, nasty German SS infantrymen. Reason's pushing back like Kedner for them. In the centre, we got the Volkswagen on the point here. Very good. Sturm Pioneer Volkswagen up there. Major slowly bleeding out. And routed. And once more, Syraw just keeps up this vice-like grip on Air Force's fuel supply. Truly highlighting Syraw here as the eternal arch nemesis of all United States governments by keeping the fuel away. Sturm Panzer 5 from the mortar as Air Force now is forced to commit a much larger force to finally reconnecting the fuel lines here and finally also pushing for his opponent's fuel, but really took forever for Air Force to do something serious there. Sturm Pioneer pushed back, and even then we still got the forces holding up the fuel point, slowing down Air Force attempt to recapture it. Seeming like Syraw's getting nothing out of it directly, even indirectly. There's just this slight fuel advantage he's consistently getting by denying his opponent the fuel. Fox squad that got wiped, definitely not paying attention to the mistake that was Syraw. But then again, with a Panther on the way, it maybe shouldn't matter too much for now. East side, they got folks moving there towards the vehicle crew there by the eastern fuel pump, at least for once. Syraw's now finding his fuel being cut off here. Also moving up there, LMT-34. There you go, Parrots going for tactical assault here, just doing some serious damage, plus 2 BAR up. Rival squad could see wipe here, and Syraw, 2 squad wipes in a short amount of time. It's going to be much more painful for Syraw and much tougher to deal with. Orbison forced to push back, another Orbison squad left for Syraw, very good. Nice to see that. We got the folks with the major in the vehicle crew in the east. That is not a major. That is a major. Know the difference. Not knowing the difference could result in some serious problems with the officers at your local military base. Paratroopers lieutenant on the move there. Folks with the major here up close. Panther 4 right about done for Syraw. Troops enforcing healing. There you go. Panzerkampfwagen field effects bereit. Should that be Panama MD42. West side here being grabbed by the rifle squad. Mortar firing away. 3 kills. Close efficiency 2. Not too shabby. But that said, Air Force has a bit of a gap there in their force composition, which is they have absolutely no anti-tank weapons. No anti-tank guns or bazookas, of course, with Air Force. Airborne, they can drop in the drop anti-tank gun there, and you know how to deal with that. And of course, in the pinch, you also go for bazookas, but the anti-tank gun would certainly be the more straightforward and obvious choice here from Air Force. And worth noting, they're pretty much still just going for one of each unit so far. Like, there's nothing they got like 2 off at the moment. Fortcom getting wiped by the paratroopers. Panther engaging the mortar crew. Good shot there. Could actually, there we go. Wipes the mortar. Painful blow there to Air Force. Paratroopers rally. This thing counted too much resistance there from the Germans. The Krauts, the Nazis. Bit of fun here for the Houston fuel pond there. The crew that was forced to pull back already. Pathfinder's the ace level there. Orbs moving up. Not enough finish for the light machine gun. And Panther 4 that is destroying Air Force's mortar. Major moving out the bazooka. Snow backs off. Doesn't destroy it. Or will they try parting shot here? Looks like it's going to go for it. Destroys it and denies Air Force a mortar. Air Force by throwing a lot of fuel on manpower here. Can go for Sherman now. They of course may be tempted to go for Jackson Tank Destroyer instead. But even then they should probably still call in something else. But if they're insisting on this one of each strategy, certainly doesn't leave a lot of options except maybe an anti-tank gun here. Anti-tank rifle there on the Panzer 4. Damages the engine. Very nice there. Orbs moving up. Forces advancing as well. Center being secured here by the lieutenant. And another mortar for Air Force. They believe in the power of the mortar tube. 10 kills on the paratroopers. Folks, what there could be another set of trouble there. Could be another wipe if he's not careful. This time, though, he is. Lieutenant 5 in the Panzerkampfwagen field, which is in definite need of repairs. West side, we get the 5th card setting up there for Air Force. Freedom and democracy. There we go. Mortar out here, number 2 for Air Force. Still got plenty of manpower floating about. But again, part of it is probably again being set aside for what looks like to be the Jackson Tank Destroyer. MD-34 for Syraw plus more full Grenadiers. At this point, I guess they don't want more Orbital Soldaten. Bit of a shame there. I think 3 Orbital squads would be quite impactful and impressive. Flanking the 5th cal here, that's going to be a treat there for Air Force. Let's look if they push back the Panther once more. Surprised they haven't equipped the paratroopers though with their bazookas, or the re-echelons with bazookas. Not the paras, but the re-echelons. Hey, firing here. Major firing away. They're not doing too much. We've got 394 versus 418. Jackson Tank Destroyer there for Air Force for freedom and democracy. Modifier gets Heinrich there. You got mines moves out. They're clearly expecting mines, but so far they're yet to find the one mine that Air Force has laid out. Peppering 40, folks being pushed back. Halfway to the east level. All of a sudden there's simply a problem there for the paratroopers though. Gonna have to like consider like a deep flank because attacking head on the opposite will I think just tear most of the paratroopers to shreds. Like for example going up here, flanking behind them, all of a sudden threatening a retreat path with the tactical assault. Could I think be quite effective. But there you go, Ralph got 10 from the south here. East side here we got the folks with the re-echelons. Jackson almost done. There we go, sending the paratroopers. Not deep flank, but I guess it's not straight ahead, but there you go. So I clicked on but it might be too late now. The paratrooper within an effective range here. And there you go, forced retreat, tactical assault right now. Tactical assault! Tactical assault? No? I guess not. Missed opportunity, I think it was the opposite garden. Missed opportunity, I think they could actually gotten a white there. And perhaps there was a retreat of shame as Air Force realised they could have used their tactical assault. Jackson moving out here though, Panther forming about here for Syraw. Can actually soon go for another one. Great hit from the Jackson tank, so punches straight through the Panther 4's armour. Finding the west side here, Panther 4 could deal with some of the Americans here. I mean, this is where mine there would great if we just immobilise the Panther 4, in which case it had been like an easy target for the Jackson tank destroyer. Easy. Shot fired, whiffed. Troop reinforcing healing. Paratroopers almost good to go again. They almost ace level, in fact. Folks holding up the center here. Panther rushing on the left side here for Syraw. Lieutenant was the Fox Grenadiers. Jack Puncher there for Syraw to have to deal with the tank destroyer. Lieutenant was the Fox Grenadiers here. Paratrooper suppressed. Crashing into the building home to collapse with the Jackson tank destroyer there. A bit forceful, but could work out. Paratroopers suppressed being hit before. They won't be pulling any tactical assaults unless they want to die. Panther 4 holding back. They're close veterans 1. Jackson moving forwards. A bit interesting there. Shoots, misses. Directed from the Panther 4. Full Panther pass as well here. Not entirely sure to send in the Jackson like that. No, I need to back it off. That seems a mistake there. Gleaming combat blitz here, which increased the rate of fire of the Panther 4, increasing the Airforce DPS it has versus Jackson, and more or less guaranteeing it will beat Jackson. Another Panther 4, and there we go. Air Force's tank destroys down in a bit of a blunder there, to be honest. I'm not entirely sure as to what logic cost is, but that was definitely a waste. They have a good tank destroyer. Easy kill for the Panther 4. And we got the opposite still up, and now we got another Panther 4 there, and we got the anti-tank on the way there for Air Force. Guess they want to go from the first place, but the tank destroyer going down like that, they very much are going to have to, like, crawl to that as a solution. Tank number 2 halfway done. Also moving forwards here for Syraw, who still hasn't chosen a doctor. We're over 20 minutes of the game, and Syraw finally chose something. It's fortifications with heavy fortifications, field defenses, pack 43s, howitzer, and the steering artillery ability. We got the options creations there. Second Panther 4 right about the corner here. Bazooka firing there. Paratroop straight for the Obersoldaten. And there you go, tactical assault once more, just highlighting how absolutely amazing this ability is, and almost got a wipe then the Obersoldaten. Almost. Ace level paratroop, the tactical assault is definitely a nightmare for German infantrymen on the receiving end of it. Also on the west, they got the mortar flanking in there, Pathfinder's firing away there. Panther going forward, need to get some anti-tank bombs up there. Anti-tank is on the move, very good. Pathfinders was the opposite, and the opposite, despite being like actually victims here of the Pathfinder's scope rifle means we could actually see a wipe into Syraw opposite, and there we go, forced retreat, but they're going to retreat straight past a lot of heavily equipped and angrily equipped Americans. There you go, paratrooper squad may just be able to deliver the killing blow here, the coup de grace, and there you go, Oberson squad wiped out, a stinging blow there to Syraw here, and the paratrooper going for tactical assault here, though right in front of the Panther 4 is a bit risky, but still did some serious damage. Other Panther rushing forwards, infantry deeply exposed, anti-tank gun, no one need to be seen, and neither is any tanks or tank destroyers. Rushing to the base here, bazooka fire there. Shooting down the ambulance, which is apparently stuffed with pillars, that somehow survives a shot from the Panther 4. And there you go, ambulance down. Damn, it's entering the Panther 4. It could risk losing the Panther 4. We got the anti-tank, they're going to find to the rear of it. There you go, good hit there as well. They've got the advantage there. This could turn into a bit of a mess for Syraw. You end up losing both his Panther 4s here to the Americans. Need to get the other Panther 4 there. Go, got at least the anti-tank in there, and might just be able to survive there with the both Panther 4s then. Main gun out though, main gun out, destroying the anti-tank gun. Very good work there. Shots bounced. Panther 4 crew continues to live. Panther 4 number 2, they're desperately trying to get out of there. 50 cal there, blocked a bit. Almost got it, but no. Panther 4 kaput. A nice kill here for American freedom and democracy. But not without loss as well here for Air Force. Paratroopers ready to get moving again. Mortar can be recruited, so cast the 50 cals. At least not all bad here for Air Force. And they did take out Panzer 4. That shouldn't be, scoffed at either. Back here to reinforcing healing for Syraw. It's the second SS prepares for another push here. Ground western point. Grab the 50 cal with some vehicle crewmen. Medics on the move as well. Paratroopers sitting forward, 17 kills. Back here, troop reinforcing healing. Syraw could go for another Panther 4. As for Air Force, I'm guessing another Jackson tank destroyer. And they seem to be continuing just a, one of each unit strategy, which some mention. Oh, they've been they're breaking it. They're actually going for a second 50 cal. Got the upstand being pushed back here. Taking a amount of loss here from the paratroopers. Fifth gunning westwards. Another Jackson in the way for Air Force. Fulton being shot to bits. Need to be careful here. Pathfinders could pick them off here. There you go. Goodbye to Laden against retreat party gift. But no, the Americans don't take the bait and don't retreat into it. Thumbs up the Airforce. 50 covers the Fulton Western Point. 50 cal number 2 ready for Airforce. Jackson halfway done. Syraw can go for another Panther 4 here. That's the first one, rolls before once more. Could also consider some Orbs of Laden. That could be an option. More of them I think wouldn't be bad here versus Airforce. Push back the Fultoners there. Okay, sacrificing the recruit just to corrupt the mortar. I guess that's fine. Panther on the flank here, catching the 50 cal crew in a pretty bad spot. Forcing Treaty of Airforce and the 2nd Infantry. So, troops are pressed to the MG-34. Closing in MT2, Fulton up the centre. 50 cal then catching the crowds out in the open. Mod running closer to the MG-34. Full retreat there. And then maybe they try and take out the Panther 14 going to get S-mods on here from Syraw. 2 thumbs up. Very looked ability there. Very nice to see that. Unless, of course, you're the American player, in which case you may not be quite as impressed with that. Hey, look, Joe. They're using S-mines. Yeah, wow. We get to get blown to bits from below. Exciting. You don't have to be mean about it, Joe. Fulton moving forwards here. Panther 4 holding back. They need some light repairs. Howards are here for Syraw. Definitely adding some artillery firepower versus Airforce. Doing a bit of one-upmanship there on the mortar. We got 385 to 283. Fulton they're pushing forwards close to the 15 fleet. Paratroops here could make use of the training to maybe negate some of the fire, but just hiding behind the buildings silhouette then to get close to the Orbison, in which case tactical assault here could possibly finish them off here. There we go. Orbison they're just dropping like flies. And again, I think a very good highlight just why Tactical Assault is such a great ability, and again, by extension, Tactical Advance and whatever the one in Paratroops called. Do you think it's also Tactical Assault? The good stuff there, if you remember how to use it, because again, it can just allow you to get wipes to light machine and drop though, and he doesn't have any units for me to grab it. So, of course, could consider replacing the Orbital Darden, in which case you could get double Orbital Darden LMG-34s. The stuff of nightmares, or dreams, depending on what kind of dreams you have. If they involve jackboots, Stahlhelms, and Stooks, then they might be your kind of dreams. Pathfinders grab this into the paratrooper or the Pathfinders. Panther 4 they need repairs. Fixing up the Jackson tank destroyer. Paratrooper the False Grenadiers. Tearing through them up close and ugly. Jackson force for Airforce. And there you go, more orbs on for Syraw for Germany. Deutschland. Panther falling about in the centre, 3 levels of veterancy, 24 kills. Might of course want to go for more armour, but seems like they might be planning something else. Major suppressed, paratroopers definitely not having too great of a time either. Panther for the covering up. Bit of a combat blitz, quick get out of there fast. Orbital Darden squad almost down there for Syraw. Killfire rain down here. Not doing too much here for Syraw that has at least got 4 kills out, so that's something. Orbital Darden squad ready. Can be upgraded light machine and then we'll grab the other one, in which case again double Orba LMG-34. Wild squad moving forward, brings back the MG-34 crew there, and there we go. First light machine gun ready, and then the second one will arrive later. Wild squad caught here with the Orbital Darden. Quick kill there as Jones drops dead. Troops getting ready for the next big push. Jackson holding back, showing over for Airforce. Thumbs up. Also got the P-47 rocket strafe ready. Correctly timed that could perhaps break Syraw. There we go. Double MG-34s. The Americans are going to imagine screaming, "Goddamn Nazis! 2 Orbital Darden light machine guns. That's breaking the rules. That's cheating." Orbs on their close veterans who won. Pathfinder forward to 19 kills. How to the ready to fire again and unleash a deadly payload into Air Force's advance. Sherman almost done there for Air Force. Got the orbitals moving forwards, pushing back the Pathfinders here. Is there? Ooh, minefield spotted, but forced to push away from it. Got the double orbital that'll give us the Pathfinders will win there. Fifth card, they're supporting the Pathfinders does mean that's going to be a Pathfinder. In fact, retreat before the Pathfinder finishes off the orbital garden, which would be pretty bad for Syraw down to one man. Panther forming on the eastern side. Sturm being equipped with a Panther Shrek. Thumbs up there to Syraw. Very nice. Survival landing direct hit on the 50 card machine crew. At least the direct hit. Killing 4. Carry there. Panther engaging. Good shot. Half HF 4. Which gives it more accuracy. The center 50 card defender forming up here for Syraw. Panther 4, Jackson 4. Panther taking loss from their minefield. They may be elite, but they're not so elite they can walk across a minefield. Another deep flank here for Syraw. 2 thumbs up. Keeping up with those maneuvers. Really good play there. Really good. Panther 4, they're finding way close to Veteran 4. So close. Major rushing forwards. Panther 4 shoots, misses the Jackson. Almost gets knocked out there, in fact. Syraw, I think, there we go. Going for another Panther 4. Very good. Definitely needs more armor. And honestly, the Panther 4 model is just the most efficient choice. Troops move towards the center here for Air Force. Flanking the 50 cal. Very nice play there for Syraw. Thumbs up. We got 321 versus 279. Intending forward straight to the full grenadiers here. Brown hand grenade would be great. Easily Jackson holding back there for Air Force. Little bit of burn there. Could have laid down S-mines instead around the victory pomegranate. That would have been pretty sneaky there, but I think. But that's the amount of detail. Then again, the reaction from the mine spruce would render that pretty much pointless, anyways. Second Panther almost done here. You got 321 to 269. Need to grab more victory points. And also need to, like, hit Syraw's fuel line more consistent. In fact, Syraw almost has the fuel for a third Panzer IV, which then gets the manpower would be definitely a nightmare for Air Force. Sturm Peony advantage towards the center here. Troops reinforcing healing up for Syraw. Major moving forward. Sherman Jackson are ready. To assist it becomes necessary. Sturm Peonies but support the Panther IV there. Could catch Jackson here. There we go. Shoots the Sherman instead and misses. McKenna moving up here. Jackson backing off. McKenna gets a good hit though. So got 9 kills. Very nice there. Unless of course you're the ones on the receiving end. Panther IV going for a blitz here. Syraw is on the warpath here against Air Force. Catching the machine crew then a pretty bad spot. Forcing retreat here. No mercy from Syraw. Panther on the eastern side. Direct hit from the Jackson. There we go. Jackson caught in a crossfire and knocked out. Panther IV halfway to the H level there. Americans now dying in droves. Got the Sherman forts. No air support here from the Air Force. Moving up here past the Panther Shake and like getting there for their Panther IV could deal with. So there you go. Air Force called in by Air Force. P-47s. Sherman was knocked out here. May just be too late here for Air Force to turn the tide. Both tanks out. Now there's 2 veteran tanks to deal with. Plus the orbital garden. And there you go. Air Force surrenders, realizing the gist is up. GG, game over, victory here for Syraw. A spectacular fight of maneuver and fun abilities here. So hope you enjoyed this match. Hope you learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment on it, tell friends, tell family, but don't tell enemies. And of course, you like what I do, can donate or pledge on Patreon. Links in the description. This is important. Cheers. Thank you for watching. Until tomorrow again for another episode. Bye.